My name is l.d.anderson. This is Welcome to Life and Reason blog. This video is the introductory video for depression. I have chronic pain. It'll be fairly obvious as we go along and you look at some of the scars and medical records and things that we're going to show. So my chronic pain is related to my depression. But my depression is mostly caused by an inability to work. Now, so the depression and chronic pain are intertwined for people that suffer with chronic pain, but depression is a form of chronic pain if you have it by yourself. Depression is extremely painful. It's a nightmare. So I'm going to give you. I've had a lot of experience, probably over 20 years, being in and out of depression, including being severely depressed, including being put on a suicide watch, and including hospitalizing myself because I was dangerous to myself. And so I went into a hospital for a while. So I've kind of run the gamut. I'm going to be very honest with the people who come here for help. I want to have this kind of an open discussion as much as we can so that we can exchange information. I think I have very valuable lessons for you. But remember, I'm not a doctor. I'm going to talk a little bit about medication, but not much, because that should be between you and your doctor, and you should be on medication if you're depressed. But I'm going to have some fairly direct and perhaps controversial recommendations for how to deal with depression. Check with your doctor. This is not really, I keep thinking, and this is like a legal disclaimer, but it's really not. I'm going to offer very concrete advice, and I don't want anyone hurt by my advice. So I need you to check with your doctor if what I'm suggesting is a major change in your routine or in how you're dealing with your depression now. That being said, I welcome you to this discussion we're going to have on depression. I have a book nearly finished on depression. I don't think there have been any good books written on depression, but I'm going to sort of run through the basics of what depression is like. And remember, I think I've said this on a video on a video we did, sort of practice video for this thing. If you're severely depressed, and this is for not the depressed people, it's for the loved ones of the depressed people. Someone who is severely depressed and who's at the bottom will not be watching these videos and will not be trying to implement any of the ideas and changes that I suggest. Because at the bottom you don't do anything. You cannot. You're just almost catatonic. So a lot of this part of the blog on depression will be for family members, friends, and loved ones, rather than for the depressed person themselves. If you're not at the bottom, going down or coming out of that horrible trough, horrible abyss, then the depressed person will be able to listen. And I was just thinking when I said abyss, Friedrich Nietzsche, the German philosopher, people use this quote all the time now, but he says something like, oh, if I can think of it in English, he said, this really describes what it's like at the bottom of depression. If one stares into the abyss, one notices that the abyss is staring back. Something like that. It's not exactly it. And that's really true. At the bottom, it is so lonely and so engulfing. We'll talk about that, and I'll offer ways to help you avoid reaching that horrible, horrible situation. Okay?